Hello there everybody and welcome back to the absolute pits of Dyson Sphere program, and by the absolute pits I mean this rather suspicious looking hole over here. Yes, our planet's dirty hole needs a little bit of a makeover.
Hey, stop! Why? I just don't get it. I always catch you fuckers watching this sick shit. This is sickening!
We're going to be plumbing for oil today. And in fact, it's a lot simpler than it sounds, and it's a lot simpler than it is in other games, to a point. There is a little bit of ridiculousness involved, but it wouldn't be a factory game if there wasn't. We use these machines, these big guys over here. These are oil wells, right? This is my oil field over here for my oil wells. And we can run that straight into a pair of tanks. Right now, our vertical limit only lets us stack 2, but that's okay. This oil well currently reduces at 2.8 per second. Of course, we want 6 per second on a belt, so we're going to want to combine a couple of these up. That one's at 2 per second, so it gives us what, about 5-ish per second on these ones, which is, you know, that's manageable. I am going to give each oil well their own storage tanks, just so that if they're idle, they're always collecting. Always be oilin'. That's my life motto right there. We found a nice little place to do our refining over here. We need a fairly sort of square, flat area with access to stone and water, and this has kind of got everything going on. It's pretty close to the fog, which is a bit of a concern. I think I need to push the turrets forward slightly so that they start aggroing the fog again, because we seem to have lost aggro somehow. I don't know why that's happened, but it has happened. And it concerns me. You know what, why don't I get a little hamburger helper here as well? Something else you may have just noticed on the bottom left there, because I just remembered to update the save, is that we now live on the planet of Fear. That's right, this is Fear. There's Kelly Ananas, there's John Hall, we orbit the Senate, and we've got Froshi over here by itself. These are all patrons and channel members. Thank you all so much for your incredible support. As we expand out to the stars, I will be drawing more names from the pot. If we run out of channel members, which is unlikely nowadays, but it is still possible, I will draw from the comment section. So if you'd like to name a planet, you can go ahead and type name, like sort of exclamation mark name, and then the planet name that you'd like to leave behind, right? Alright, but now we've got all this lovely oil, what the heck do we do with it? Well, we refine it, and we refine it quite a bit, actually. The first thing we need to push for is the second oil refining technology. This is really important, we have to have this done. It is this one over... Oh, actually, I missed the blue signs. There we go, we can get those guys. Prototype drones. We'll try that out in a second. But first, we need... I will find it. I swear to you, I will find it. We need... Oh, hold on, he's going to figure it out. Don't you worry now. There it is. Okay, plasma extract refining. This right here, this recipe, cracks 2 crude oil into 2 refined oil and 1 hydrogen. Takes 4 seconds to do that, okay? The second tier of that research, which requires red science to do, which we will get to in a second, that takes the hydrogen and oil that you make, right, and turns it into energetic graphite and hydrogen. Basically taking 1 refined oil and turning it into 1 hydrogen, 1 energetic graphite. It just so happens that the requirements for red science are, you guessed it, energetic graphite and hydrogen. So basically, for every 2 times we run this recipe, we can make 1 red science. But we've got to get some hydrogen to get the process started. And we've also got to, you know, that the hydrogen is then consumed by the science. So if you only, you know, you have to at some point produce more, right? And that's how this is going to work. So I've got a blueprint, which I developed alongside the one suggested by Rock Paper Shotgun in an article from like 3 years ago. Cite your sources, kids, it's important. But last time we did this playthrough, my comment section and I kind of came up with a more refined, more effective version of it. And this is currently in the blueprint pack. This works, I've tested it. This was one of those very few ones where I'm like, you know what, if you want to, you can use this. It's not going to break your game. So we're going to grab X-ray cracking, which is this one right over here, and I'll show you what it does in a second. I know I'm going to have to run the belts backwards, and then it's going to have to go this way. So why don't we make our lives just a little bit easier and start it further back? And that way I've got more room over here to do other stuff with. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Oh man, that red belt is going to go a long way with the red signs. You know what, let's put you down right over there. So let's go see what that looks like. It's going to take a very long time for us to build all of this, by the way. So let's put down a few of these for the moment. We are going to need a lot of them. Alright, so how does this work? Well, crude oil comes in the back here. It gets put in this machine cracks it into refined oil and hydrogen. The hydrogen's then put on a belt over here, which gets fed back into these two machines. So basically, these are the machines that are going to run that second recipe. They're going to take some of the hydrogen they make and turn it into hydrogen and energetic graphite. They also need to take in the oil, right? Which is this stuff coming out here. You'll see this belt is a dead end. This machine makes 2 oil. These 2 machines will consume 2 oil. I want this to be a closed loop. We don't want the oil. We don't need it now. We can make it again separately later. This build's entire purpose will be to make red science, basically, and hydrogen. We need a lot of hydrogen for other stuff in the future. All right, the second thing we can do is to look over here at this here splitter. Do you see it's got a filter on it? The way this works is the hydrogen's going to come out. It's going to connect to this lower belt. It'll go into the splitter. If there's space on top, the splitter will prioritize putting it back out on top. If there's no space on top, it puts it on the bottom and sends it out to this line. That line will then, these are tileable, that line then connects up to the back here on the next one. In fact, let's just put it down. So I don't have to show, don't tell, right? So there we go. That bottom line then connects to the top line, which is this one here, of the next piece, and so on, and such as this whole thing tiles. It was a hell of a process to get this right. However, assuming that this top row is not full, and we do put the hydrogen onto it, where does it end up? Well, it ends up right back here, in front of this one's production, meaning that we will first use the hydrogen that these machines produce to produce more hydrogen before we crack more oil to do it, meaning that we recycle it, right? And that is like the real core. That is the secret to this build, is that it uses very little oil to produce a lot of science because you don't have any wasted materials. And I can't stress enough how unbelievably helpful it is to have a build like this. So if you'd like to use mine, if you'd like to just carbon copy it, go ahead. Now, in order to get the full build, we can consume, it takes 4 seconds, I believe, to consume 1 unit of oil. And I need to put down some foundation. It's also, yeah, you got to have foundation research before you tackle these. Otherwise, you end up with a lot of very annoying little puddles here and there, which kind of get in the way. These builds start getting very, very big at this point in the game. But that first recipe takes, what is it? Oh man, I'm going to have to click on U and then go here. There we go. So it's 4 seconds. It's 4 seconds for 2 oil, meaning that we can support 12 machines on this belt, basically. Because we end up using 1 oil every 2 seconds. We can move 6 oil per second, 12 machines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then, just to make life a lot easier, I do actually have a mirrored version of this build. So let's go ahead and put that down. Oil refining, and then X-ray cracking mirrored. Hey, there it is. Okay, and I want to keep a bit of space here, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3 tiles open. There we go. And this needs to go this way. Whoopsie. 1, 2, 3 tiles open. So it's going to go like that, and it should all line up. And this one, the mirrored one, does have a problem with it. I noticed in my testing, which I actually do need to fix. But this doesn't have its filter set. So if you use this, just be aware that you need to go in and set the priority filter on the top one, and then copy that again. I will try and remember to update the blueprint in the meantime. If you're wondering why I built the mall before I did anything else, this is why. It's because look at the scale that this game jumps to and how quickly it gets there, right? Like, we needed to have the ability to just produce a disgusting number of machines very, very quickly. And so that's exactly why I prioritized getting the factory built first and then worrying about all the other stuff. And it's so that we can do this. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put down a few more of these on the other side. Otherwise, we would be here all night. Oh man, look at those blueprints overlapping each other. It's it's a bit scuffed, but it is working. It is working. So now we need to go ahead and grab our oil outputs and bring them back this way. Probably should have run this belt in the other direction after all. Turns out, my bad. Let's go ahead and flip that. All right, Mr. Oil. And eventually, once we have access to towers, we'll be using those to move this in fairly large quantities fairly quickly. At least that's the dream, right? Let's move you along this way. Excuse me. I said let's move you along this way, and then we'll move you along this way as well. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I can just flip this around right here. I'm being a big goober. There we go, that's way better. That's a much better solution. Yeah, just flip the belt here. I don't know, use like triple belts. Now listen, there is some incentive to use more belts, because technically that's a larger buffer, right? But at the same time, like, it's not that big a deal. Let's just move this down to here. Bang. Bang. Okay, cool. That's one done. Now for the other. You know what? I'm gonna have to go real high with this one, I think, just to get over all of the other stuff we've got going on in this area. And we've got a whole bunch of crude oil we've got to burn through now. Yuck. Okay, there we go, and all of our machines are now firing up. So, it is going to take a couple of rounds before we have enough hydrogen built up on this line to make the red science we need. Let's go ahead and set up a bit of a storage yard over here for our energetic graphite and our hydrogen. So how do I want that to look? I think I have a storage yard built in here. I just don't know if I have the right... Do I have the correct access to the big storage units? No, I don't. I would need 100 energy matrix to get them. So never mind. In that case, we're just going to do this manually. Just for context, this build cost nearly 3,000 belts, and is not even done yet. It's a little bit egregious. Okay, I'm a little concerned because we do have a dark fog wave coming in right now, and it looks like they have chosen to... Okay, it looks like we've managed to draw aggro. I think it was reloading the world save. So I guess every time we reload, we're going to have to go draw aggro again. And we have, it looks like, yeah, we've did we lose a few? No, we got them all. We got them all. Okay, cool. They decided to pivot and get themselves shot. Very nice. Oh, because we've still got a turret line here. Okay, nice, 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 nice. All right, and we're back on the farm. Lovely. All right, and I think we've now drawn aggro, so I think they now fight me. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, cool. So if you reload a save, that is what's going to... You might have to just go there and shoot them a little bit. Which means that doing a dark fog farm on like an interstellar level might be a bit spicy. It does also... It's worth noting that this does also eat a lot of frame cap. This is not a cheap system at all to maintain. What do we have here? Oh, we got some copper on the line. That's interesting. Is that what's blocked? Yeah, that's what's blocked up. Okay. Let me go and fix that. I know exactly what's gone wrong. It's because the copper was not output to the bullet line fast enough. So it got backed up over here. That's okay, we can fix that. Yeah, and of course, like the second the thing levels up, the storage system I set up last time breaks. But that's okay. I mean, like I said, it's kind of just trying to take advantage of what we can get. It's not really trying to like, you know, be the perfect system or whatever. Okay, you are going to filter for copper now. Hey, lovely. Okay, cool. And it's moving again. We got a lot of these things, though. I guess we could put down another one of these here. Like, there's no reason not to, right? And then it could do the same thing. We could just have a line that comes out here that becomes copper. You would be... I need to put some copper in there, I think. There we go. And then you would have a copper sorter coming out, and then everything else sorter coming here. And I guess ironically enough, this needs to be a splitter. And then I guess the copper one, we can just take that back right here and continue using it. Yeah, okay, cool. There we go, that all worked out. Yeah, but you are now going to cause a bottleneck. How much energy do you store? 3.6 megajoules. It's not really worth using, I guess. I mean, we get so much of it. I'm kind of tempted just to burn the stuff. Yeah, I think we kind of have to just burn the stuff. I don't know what else to do with it. So I guess it just goes in there. Sure. Ah, another problem. This needs to connect to the splitter. There we go. So that we can filter out that stuff. Yeah, right there. Anyway, snapping back to the actual purpose of this episode, we're going to forget about all that and come back here. So, as you can see, we now have some hydrogen circling around the line, but unfortunately, production has stopped. And why is that? Well, it's because we're chock-a-block full on refined oil. Now, I'm going to start crafting some red science in my back pocket over here. There we go. But that's not going to cut it. We are going to actually have to do this the old-fashioned way at some point as well. There's my first energy matrix. Thank you very much. What I do want to do before we do that is to build out the science that this will actually consume, or that will consume this. And I'm going to do that by stealing the blue science build, because it's basically the same thing. It's 2 ingredients, right? And then just copying it over. So let's just steal one of your... You know what? Just steal the whole thing. Take the whole damn thing. There we go. Use it now. Where am I? Where am I? I'm over here. Okay, perfect. Let's pick that up, paste this down. I think we'll build it like over here. Just give ourselves some space. Okay, perfect. And instead of blue signs, this will just be red. And you know what? I'll save that for you. There you go, full signs. I'll just save that as red, and we'll call it basic blue science. Okay, so this would be, we'll need a row of energetic graphite. That's going to come in. And we need a row of hydrogen. That's going to come in. And of course, we'd want one of these. Now, why do I say all of that? Well, it's because we are going to have to get kind of creative here. I'm going to have to put down a couple of refined oil storages. And I'm going to have to just fly around here, pick up all the refined oil. You're going to love this. And we're just going to dump it in a box for now. I wish I was joking. That's genuinely my plan. And we're just going to do that until we have enough oil refined up that we don't need to worry about this anymore. Because once this takes off properly, we'll be all sorted. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for the next few minutes. I'm going to fly around and just pick up all the oil. I'd recommend you do the same if you copy this build, just until you get that first research done. Because then you can stamp it down and all of these machines just work perfectly. And you take all that and you just put it in there. And don't throw it away. Don't delete it. This refined oil is incredibly useful later. So I'm just going to store it over there for now. We'll come and get it when the time is right.
Several days later.
Look at that thin red line marching its way towards our science base. That's right. We now have it connected up. It's a bit of a long journey, but the science base will now be doing the research for me. This is something we had to do anyway, right? So I just sort of set up a little zigzag power line. Don't worry about it. It's not really necessary. That was mostly just to build the belt. These do actually consume power, a tiny amount. Well, not tiny. 10 of those is a megawatt. So I probably should pull that down at this point. But you know what? Whatever. It's fine. What are we shy on? You have enough... Nothing. We have enough of nothing. Okay, pick it all up again. We are very close to done, though. We're about halfway there. Okay, I'm going to do something a little bit ridiculous here. I'm going to build a very quick and dirty energetic graphite smelter right over here. Just so that I can get this done faster, because it's taken way too long to do this by hand. Well, I mean, you can just do this by hand. I can sit here and do it, but and this will get us the hydrogen, but it will not, and I'm going to have to continue to do that, to be honest, but it will not get us all the energetic graphite we need. I've got 88 in my pocket, but I think I need another 400. And every time I go and take it off of our power plants, I am technically hamstringing the base. So let's try here if we can. Also, something I'm going to want to do is take that down and put it back. Because then it will automatically, instantaneously assign all of the blueprints rather than having to wait for the drones to receive the work order. Pro tip, by the way. Okay, let's put down this. Let's put down that. Let's just get a couple of mining machines cooking here. You hold, I think it's, left control and R to like make really fine adjustments, by the way, if you didn't know. And voila, perfect. Okay, and then we run this in. This connects here, that connects there, there. This is so stupid. It's just so ludicrously, like, we shouldn't have to do this, but I mean, the way I'm deciding to go about this is the way it's going to be done. This is also why I was hesitant to call this a tutorial series, because my strategies aren't perfect. A lot of the stuff I do is because I find it works rather than I know it's good. You know what I mean? How do you guys set up your oil? Do you set up like a little mini plant first and then go full scale? I find that I just like going full scale right out the bat, right? And then so you do have issues like this, like these minor inefficiencies and whatnot, but rather inefficiencies, like you gotta wait a little bit, but no longer do we have to wait a little bit. In fact, that's gonna, there we go, that's just gonna backfeed from over there, and we're done. That was the whole problem solved. And then all that we'll do is once this thing is running, we will just disconnect this end of the line so that it doesn't cause us trouble. Right, so that will arrive in a second. And then that's basically red science done. So what do we want after plasma refining? I think the next thing I want immediately after that, believe it or not, is actually going to be all the way up here. I think I'm going to get vein utilization done right away. That's going to give us, what was that, 6% more ore on the planet, which is already running out. And then I want vertical construction, so that I can stack these buildings even higher. Okay, so there we go. There comes the energetic graphite. It is flowing very nicely. This is now going to feed into the labs, and we will have red science trickling its way down to the poles. I will pick up a little bit of it, just so I can do some of it on my own. Oh, look, it looks like some more of it ended up over there. It's quite a journey up to the top of the world, that's for sure. Santa's workshop is definitely not next door. But I will pick up some of these, and just so I can assist with the research right here in my pocket. And then I'm actually going to route these lines together. Normally this shouldn't be, this would be routed into a tower, but for now it's all just going to link up. And the primary reason there is that I've got a bunch of energetic graphite right here that I could use right over here. Ah, yes, the slow red trickle. But soon it will be consumed, and soon it will be perfect. Oh, the fun has almost arrived. They're turning the corner. And hey, there we go. Okay, now this is truly and finally actually automated. Hell no. Alright, so we should have produced enough there that I don't need to make any more hydrogen. I don't have to grab anything more with my hands. At least that is the hope. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be about 100, if not more. Because we've also got quite a bit stored up inside this hydrogen tank, and a little bit more trickling in there. The big problem is that we're facing right now, of course, is that these lines are saturated, but the machines that output the refined oil are also full. So we're kind of just waiting for this to happen so that we can queue up that recipe, and we're good, but this is done now. This is going to work on its own. I don't need to babysit it. I can go around and pick up all my stuff again. And I'm actually going to nip this in the bud right now. And I think we just pick all this up. I don't think I actually want this here. We will have other uses for energetic graphite, but we don't need it being made right now. I want those machines back for other things. Oh, and there it is. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, perfect. We have got the next recipe unlocked. I've got a bunch of blue science I need to get rid of now. Oh well. And let's go ahead and get X-ray cracking queued up. So now, as you see, the refined oil will be fed into the machine. The hydrogen will then be taken in and then cycled back through. So I need to do this. If I just hit tab enough, it should let me queue them all up. Bang! There we go. Oh, lovely. Look at it all spring into life. If I remember correctly, one of these machines had like a funky corner. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, one of them I'm just going to have to set manually. Oh well. Oh wait, hold on. No, I can do the copied. There we go. So that's the, I think it's the less than key copies and then the more than key pastes. Just the recipe. So not the inserters and all of it, just the recipe. Alright, lovely. This thing is now firing up in full swing. As you can see, we are producing energetic graphite. Again, it's been disconnected from that bootstrap system. And we've got hydrogen that is slowly starting to fill out these belts. Perfect, 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 perfect. And we should see it flowing in both directions. This side was a little bit more neglected because at the start when I was manually taking it, I was taking it from this side more often. So we should indeed see that this backs up. Now, one thing we are going to have a problem with, of course, is that this recipe produces quite a bit more. I think it, hold on, if I look here, it produces, yeah, it produces more hydrogen than it does energetic graphite. If I look here, that means that the energetic graphite will eventually back up because it's not being consumed. Actually, both of them will. These belts need to be upgraded to the green belts. They won't work at this scale forever. In fact, as you can see, half the machines will just stop working at some point because they back up. This needs to be a 12 per second belt, or at least the last half of it does. So if you are copying this, it's an upgrade you make later. I build the whole thing out at the start just so I don't have to come back and build it later. All I've got to do is upgrade the belts, right? Okay, now this is a bit of a conundrum. Why is the hydrogen being consumed faster than the energetic graphite? They're consumed at the same rate. But oh, okay, all my towers are currently running. Fantastic. Look at this. Okay, well, we got a bit of a trickle situation. I think that was when we switched over. And yeah, that was when we switched over. So now we should start seeing, that's a pretty consistent flow. I can live with that. And then of course, once we get verticality 2, we'll be able to build them even higher. And you know what we can do here, to be completely honest? We've got the space, we have the resources, we have the technology, is we can do, I'm going to have to adjust things a little bit around here, but we can actually do a little bit more of a robust build. We've got 2 lines of hydrogen, we can use them both, right? I mean, why not? Okay, there we go. The hydrogen didn't seem to be having, the energetic graphite doesn't seem to be having as much of a problem as the hydrogen for some reason. I genuinely do not know why. Like, these should be draining at the same rate, yet that is not what we see. So forget about it. We'll just do it this way, yeah? Now that's what I want to see. A constant red line heading out of here. Heck yeah. That right there, that's the money. Okay, it looks like there's about a 15-second journey before it gets to the north, which is just really funny. Okay, nice. But we can now pack up shop here and head back to base. I want to drop off this blue science, and then we're going to work out what we're doing next, now that we've got access to new technologies. Nice, fantastic. Vertical construction 2. Exactly what I wanted to see. So we're going to start by upping all of our labs. We want to produce more than we've ever produced before, and now, critically, we can double stack our storages. Oh, baby, that's good stuff right there. Okay, this one was actually just placed here because I need I need a slot to put science in that I pick up by mistake, but you get the idea. I'm actually going to fly along here and pick these up, because these power poles are pulling a megawatt on their own. Oh wait, no, that was the wrong side. Whoopsie. Okay, let's run that back. I did not mean to pick up that one. I meant to pick up this one. My mistake. Alright, I'm going to increase the size of that tower a little bit, but I am out of labs. We'll get some more on the way back out. But we can now increase storage capacity here. Oh, that's a good feeling. Oh, that's a real good feeling right there. Yes, please. Alright, that just means that our buffers move a little bit further down the line, right? Like, it's not a solution, but it is a solution for right now. Alright, excellent. I'm going to start working my way through the tech tree. The first thing I want to get, and this one's pretty cool too. This allows you to crack coal into, what do you call it? Refined oil. We're going to need this. This is the refined oil multiplier. We're going to need that for making plastics in a second. But what I really want is my Mecha core upgrades. So let's go ahead and get these queued up. I'm actually basically just going to do every single upgrade going down the list here. I think we can even get this one. And we can fly a little bit faster. Oh god, yes please. Rather concerningly, this ore patch is already running out of juice. It's already at 191,000. How much have we got left on Fear? Oh my god, 1 million copper remains. Yeah, it's a good thing we got vein utilization as quickly as we did. In fact, I think we need to get another level of vein utilization ASAP. As soon as we're done with all of this nonsense, we're going straight down there. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's yellow science, goddammit. Okay, that's going to be a while away. We can go a little bit taller, which is nice. And then, I guess, give me some more HP. And then give me better guns. Give me some more labs. Oh yeah, okay, I need my chemical plants. That's what we're doing next. That's right. I'm not going to go down the proliferator route just yet. It is useful, but we don't... It's quite a process to set up without the towers, so I'm going to wait till we get there. Then, you know what I actually do want fairly urgently? Like, ahead of all of this crud is... Thank you, inventory space is nice. Is this distribution logistics system. I need magnetic levitation technology. Okay, so first we got to get this one. This tech tree makes absolutely no sense. Then we got to get this one. Then we get this one. And these drone bays are going to absolutely change the game for us. Okay, then we go back to getting all of this good stuff.
4 to 6 days later.
Okay, sorry, I forgot to unpause the recording in time, but we do now have magnetic levitation. Pretty cool stuff, right? Over here, electromagnetic matrix and energy matrix gives us this stuff over here, made with electric motors and magnetic coils. Now, electromagnetic turbines are really useful for one thing. Well, they're useful for a lot of stuff, but they're really used in one thing in the early game. Well, mid-game is what we're entering now, and it's these things, the conveyor belt Mark IIs. These move at twice the speed that the yellow ones do, and they take yellow ones as a resource. They are ludicrously expensive, and we're going to make a bunch of them now. So let's go ahead and make some more of those 3-in-1 out basics. Fantastic, thank you. Where do we do this? I guess we could actually just fit this underneath the science labs. Yeah, sure. Okay, so that's going to make the motors first. And this is going to be a little bit expensive, but don't worry about it. Alright, so we're going to bring another line out top here. It's going to cross over. And this is going to be sharing with science, which is fine for now. Again, this is all kind of... This is more temporary than you would ever believe. Nothing more permanent than temporary around these parts, though, let me tell you. It would actually make my life a lot easier if you'd be willing to connect up top. Is that something you can do for me? It is something you can do for me. Very cool. Because that means I can do that for that one. And then out there for that one. And then for this one, we can just go over here. And then you can come up and you can take a left left turn, right. You can take a left turn, you can take a right turn, you can take a left turn, you pour a whiskey drink, you pour a cider drink, you go down there. Perfect, okay. I should probably put down one of these at some point as well. Alright, lovely. Don't know why you are set to make solar panels, that's not right. We want you making these lads, electromagnetic turbines. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay, make the electromagnetic turbine. Perfect. No, I'm wrong. You will make the electric motor, and then the other one makes the electromagnetic turbine. That's right, we have yet to build the other one. If you're wondering, hey, large unemployed, where's the other one? Well, it's not on screen just yet, okay? So, that's gonna make me some of these. And I now require, yes, I require gears to do so. Having the extra drones is really speeding this up, let me tell you. We're still not fast, but we're no longer slow. Okay, again, we prioritize industry first, which is going to be this one. And then everything else that's left over gets to go down here and become other valuable resources. And then what do I need for you? Oh, iron plates. Okay, that is going to be a little harder to come by. This line here is barely moving. So what we'll do is we'll set a priority filter on the bottom one, and then we'll pull it up to work with it. Because I know this is going to be so spaghetti. Oh my goodness. I know I can go, if I go up a couple tiles, this is belts on belts on belts. I can come over here, there we go. And I can run you into a splitter. And we can actually use the cross one, which we haven't seen yet, which I'm a big fan of. But in this orientation, yes. Oh man, this thing's so cool. Okay, and then we can just pop out the side. Perfect. And pop out the side. Perfect. Okay, lovely. Cool. So that's going to get the iron out. There's no way this thing produces at max speed, not unless the science stalls out, which it will occasionally, right? Like we will have points where the science isn't running, and this isn't permanent, this is early game. This build is still very much early game. Alright, and then we're going to do a 2-in-1 out science, not science build, sorry, a 2-in-1 out basic assembling build, which will make our magnetic turbines. Okay, cool. And then we'll just put this on, you guessed it, a splitter hat system. And you're going to make turbines. What else do they need? Oh, just coils. Okay, well, turns out this is so jank, dude. This is not the way you should do this. But it's going to work for us. Alright, there we go. As long as you don't look too closely at it, that's working just fine. It's so hideous. Hey, we got some more upgrades. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so you are now able to make me green belts. Fantastic. And we can actually go all the way up to blue sorters, and I think we might as well do so. Hold on, everything's all messed up here. What are you? You're in the wrong place. This is not where you're supposed to be. Okay, you're not supposed to be there. You are not you're not supposed to be there. This is supposed to be here. Okay, it's all, listen, it's all so janky, but you know what, it's ours, and that's what matters. Okay, this is the, oh, son of a bitch. Oh, this is this one. I'm getting lost in the sauce now. And you are going to make these, and you are going to take one of these, thank you, and then you are going to take some of these, thank you, and that will allow you to make these, yes? Yes. I've lost all my drones. I don't know where they are. I've left them behind. They are my forgotten children. Do I have any of them here? I got 6 out of 6. Oh, it's because these stupid things are assigning themselves the constructions. That's why it's taking so long. Okay, okay. Anyway, there we go. We now make, yes, we now make plenty of Sorter Mark 3s. Fantastic. Alright, I'm now going to ruin the local economy and make myself a bunch of these as well. So Sorter Mark 3s they're basically like stack inserters from Factorio if you ever played that game. They are very, very, very fast. But this, there we go, will allow us to produce the green belts. Okay, early game, I'm going to try and make that many. We are not going to be able to make that many, that is a pipe dream, but it is a dream I will try and fulfill. I don't need that many blue boys either. I think we're going to get 1 stack, that should be fine. Because, yeah, already this is starting to run out, and this is going to zero out real quick. This is probably the pace we can expect, but again, the point of them all is that it builds stuff while we're away, so that we don't have to worry about building it while we're there. Alright, but quite critically, we now have access to these things. These are logistics distributors, and I'm going to try and get a few of them built up. Moving the whole bus forward is going to be a part of that process. Okay, let's see what we've got left on the list. We haven't made the depots yet. We can make ourselves some depots. Okay, that's just going to be steel, and that's going to be stone. That's pretty easy. The depots are really nice. They store a lot of stuff, like a depot of some kind. Yeah, as the bus gets a little bit further along, it does get increasingly more spaced apart. But I mean, you know what? We're making everything in the game. What do you want? You can't have it all. This is still my sort of early to mid game bus. My early to mid game mall. I do have a late game design for it that makes all of the late game stuff using towers. Which is pretty cool. But I think on the first planet, we're probably just going to use belts for most of it. Just because that's what we've got access to, right? It does take up quite a bit of space, though. That can surely be argued. Alright, so you are going to please make drones. These guys over here, the logistics bots. And you are please going to make the drone hubs, the actual buildings that bring the drones to us. There we go, logistics distributors, that's what they're called. So I want boxes for both. Oh man, and once we've got these, then it really takes off. Okay, so check this out. I absolutely love these. So we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a logistics distributor, okay? Put the logistics distributor up top here. Boom. There we go. I'm going to pick up these stupid things, man. They are slowing me down here. All right, put the logistics distributor up there. It now will automatically assign itself a specific task, right? In this case, it's currently able to distribute 11 logistics bots to the network. Over here, I can tell the network what I need. So I can say, okay, I need you to give me logistics bots. I want you to give me at least, let's say I want at least 100 on me at all times, right? I don't know what they stack to. I can then go in here, take this, all right? And then I can go ahead and put them in there. And what we should see is if I go stand over here, when a bot is delivered, it will bring it to me as cargo. Fantastic. And now what I can do is we can go ahead and start processing more stuff down the line. The Gauss cannon is very interesting. The implosion cannon gives us, it's basically artillery, right? You can get phase cannons at some point. Plasma turrets, these ones here. I believe they only use energy. No, they do use plasma capsule. Okay, never mind. Which is deuterium. Oh man, that's quite a lot. Honestly, I think that I do believe that the missiles are all you really need. Okay, now the signal tower is interesting. This is a way to force the dark fog to attack a certain point. It's kind of like a kiting thing, so we'll be grabbing some of that. It also extends the range of your missile turrets, which is really powerful. What else can we do? I don't really want to unlock any more of those things until we're ready to use them, so I think I'm just going to go down the upgrade queue. Alright, so then I can grab one of these, and this is a little trick for you, right? If I were to copy-paste this drone bay and place it there, it will now try and filter for logistics bots, which isn't what's stored here, right? It gets kind of stupid. However, if you put it on an empty shell, like this, and you put your distribution bots on there, like this, right? Then what you can do is you can click this button, which automatically places the bots in there. And then if I copy this over, it will guess the filter. There we go. So now, so you want to copy from a blank chest, not a chest with stuff in it. Otherwise, it just saves you a couple clicks, right? It's not critical. Now, we should really put these things on every single one of these eventually, right? We're going to want drones on everything, so I don't have to go get stuff. I can just ask for it, and the drones will bring it to me. The ones I'm going to put it on first are the most critical, which is like belts and inserters, I think, and power poles, things like that. Right now, I can do 3 because I want to be able to put all 10 drones inside. Oh, and here we go. We got more resources being delivered. 39, 40. There we go. 10 drones per machine. Perfect. So let's go ahead and put one there. Okay, perfect. Look at that. So now what I can say is let's say I can set up some of these. I want 400 of these at any given time, and I want you to collect unless I have 400. So I want at most 400 sorters. So bring them to me and then take them away. And what we should see is, yes, indeed, the drones come and they're taking away the excess, which is so cool. I absolutely love that feature. And that way I don't end up overproducing by taking too much. So we can do the same thing here. Oh, thank you for the next thing. Construction drone task. Don't mind if I do. The next thing we can do, and I think it's the next upgrade, which gives you more logistics slots. Is it the inventory one that does? Yeah, it's the inventory one that gives you more logistics slots. Okay, next up I want power poles. And I want some of these. Perfect. So the logistics distribution range is basically how much of the surface of the planet can you get to. So right now, I believe the distribution range, it'll say it over here somewhere, is 60 degrees. 180 is the whole planet, which means that as long as I'm within the 1/3 of the planet distance from these drones, they will bring stuff to me. So right now, it's not exactly a interplanetary distribution network, but it is pretty handy. And then to be honest, the only other thing I really critically need on hand right now is splitters. Okay, lovely. Okay, so let's try out these signal towers, shall we? To make sure that the fog never goes the way we don't want them to. We're going to drag this stuff over here. So you are going to be making signal towers, please. That's made out of our distribution towers, which I think is pretty neat, right? It's kind of cool that they've got another tier to them now. And we need to bring down some steel, which can come from over here. That is going to starve out the other stuff. We really need to put some more steel on this bus. Enough stuff now uses it that, like early game, you only need the 2, but that needed to be upgraded a while ago. So I'm actually going to do that in a second. And then I think that's looking pretty good. So that's steel. And then we need some crystal silicon, which I currently don't have the ability to make. So what I'm going to be doing is in order to not overwhelm anyone with the research, I'm only going to be researching stuff as and when we need it. So if you're wondering why am I not making a certain thing, that's why, right? I want to introduce people to things slowly and steadily. How far are we away from the interplanetary logistics towers, though? Because I'd much rather have those right now. It requires thrusters. Okay, where is the thruster research? Oh my god, man, this thing is it's so psychotically laid out. It's so funny. Thrusters over there. Okay, so we're going to research hydrogen fuel rod. Hydrogen fuel rod is a high quality power source. We're going to then research thrusters, and then we will research planetary logistics systems. And we'll be getting into these next time. I'm going to be focusing now on sorting out the crystal silicon, which is made with, you betcha, more silicon. Let's grab this. I believe I increased my blueprint limit. So that is a whole bunch of stone. That's like a super stone smeltery. Where do we think we're going to find a bunch of silicon? Well, you know where we are making a bunch of silicon right now is at the dark fog. So why don't we just head over there and steal some of this? Hey, all my stuff just got 4% more powerful. Alright, good to know that the distribution range of the drones makes it out as far as the oil drums. This is good intel. It's good intel. We can build up our labs a little taller. I came here with some supplies on purpose. We need a lot of red science, so we might as well just max that out at this point. And we can also stack this taller. This stuff backs up pretty quickly. And so it's nice to not have to come back and constantly worry about it. Oh, I am being shot. I am being shot. I am being shot. I am fleeing. I am being shot. Oh, we still got a little solar panel out here. I forgot about him. Okie dokie. What is the problem, ma'am? It looks like we are just full up on all sorts of things here. So let's go ahead and stack stuff. Did I hit another fog level or something? Why are we stalled out here? How did the energetic graphite make it down there and not get caught? Make it make sense. Oh, it was this machine. It was that machine, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. No, you should have filtered it that way. So how did this end up down there? This must have happened a while back and I missed it. How strange. We can now also upgrade this line to a faster one. Because again, I mean, the primary throughput issues here are belt-based, right? So we might as well push them up. Okay, so what are you stuck on now? What's your problem? You're taking copper, but you're not putting it out. Okay, let's break this down and try that again. I don't know what it was doing wrong that it didn't like. So you can then output copper here, and then output copper here. That should work, right? That appears to have worked. There was a single tile of energetic graphite, and the whole world falls apart. What have I done? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Yeah, that's a bit of a concern too. Oh god, and it picked it up. Oh no, dude. Oh no, dude. It's all on the belts! Man, this is a high-risk operation over here. But now this fucking port's gonna... now that port's gonna be occupied, right? Yep. Okay, try it again. Honestly, this might be the best source of early game silicon I can think of. Like, it's not perfect, but I mean, it's a hell of a lot better than what we've had up till now, right? I'm gonna take this and drop it off with our silicon conductor. And oh hell yeah, we've got Mecha Cruise. I forgot about that. Now we can sail the stars. Oh, we can even fly to other planets right now, technically. Ooh, I'm gonna save that for next episode, though. I don't want to do too much in one. We don't want a repeat of episode 2, now do we? Okay, fantastic. That's gonna buy us a little bit of time here. Alright, why did I do all of that? It wasn't just to make these things, it was also so that we can make some of these crystals. So as you can see there, you take one silicon plate, it takes 2 seconds, and you get a crystal out of it. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to set up a tiny little smelting setup over here, 6 per second, absolute standard, and we're going to get the good. Okie dokie, there we go. It's that simple. We're going to have a very slow trickle of the silicon crystal coming in this way. And we're going to be using it for a variety of things. But I mean, early on, it's mostly just going to be those signal towers. But there are a couple of other uses to it. Let's put this over. Can I put this on top of there? No. Okay, so that's where the utility of the big one is limited. But what you can do with it, if I'm not mistaken, is you can put one of these down, right? There we go. And then on top of this, you can put that. And then on top of that, you can put... Hold on, it's all coming together. On top of that, you can put this. Oh man, I don't know how we use this, but we can build skyscrapers now. Give me your suggestions in the comments about how we could use the distribution bots. I think early game, their distribution range is just not really necessary. It's not helpful, right? Like, they're kind of in a weird place in this game, if you ask me. And this is just taking a second here for some constructive criticism, right? The distribution logistics system, the idea behind this is that you're meant to use these to bring resources to your mecha, and you can use them to distribute resources around your planet. However, their starting distribution range is too small. They should start with 90%. Because by the time you unlock these, you can already unlock these. Meaning that you can just go straight for planetary logistics. It's a bit slower, but you can still do it, right? And then you've got access to everything you'd want. Like, you have the same functionality, but much better. Because with the towers, you can grab resources from them from the map view. You don't have to do it. You don't need to use this. If you could make it so that these things could connect to the towers, then they have use. But without the towers, I don't really see the point in those devices. If you guys see something that I don't, please let me know, because I'm really curious as to what their purpose is in the wider scheme of the game. Hey, okay, we've got the ability to make thrusters. Now, actually, now that I've been on that, after going on that little tirade, I did just realize something. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to use these things to distribute resources. So I don't have to run a whole belt of crystal silicon, right? I can just put this here. I can put this on top. Okay, hold on. Maybe I am starting to see. I can put this on top and then say, hey, you know what? Why don't you... I need to set it up so that it shares with other distributors. There we go. And then I can do... Can I put them on top? If I can, that would be amazing. No. Okay. So they should send it here now? No. Request from. There we go. There we go. Okay, check the box. Click the button. All right, as you can tell, I almost never use these things. Okay, so this I can see as being a pretty valuable use of them. It just saves the belt, saves on some clutter. Oh, hold on. Now I'm getting an idea of like a bot mall, kind of like Factorio style. You got to request a chest, to distribute a chest, input, output. That could be a lot more condensed. Oh man, that could be great. You could bring it in using... But the thing is, like, once you get other planets, space just isn't an issue. See, that's the thing, is like every time I find a way I could use these, I find another way I don't need to. But maybe we'll build the drones with them, right? Just to do something a bit different. I think that could be fun. Let's try that. And like, I guess once we get the full planetary scale going here, having them on top of these things makes a lot of sense, because we could bring them around, right? Also, let's stop burning these components. I did see, I was digging through the research tree, and I did see that there's actually a bunch of stuff that uses this, which is pretty cool. So like here, for example, you've got a bunch of silicon. So if I want you to provide to other distributors, I could request it elsewhere as like a consumption side thing. Yeah, hold on. Now this little farm is starting to make a lot more sense to me. Because we can get thruster. Oh, baby. Yeah, we can get thrusters from here and take them elsewhere. Hold the front door. It's all starting to make sense. Alright, and now, at least now that's set up, right? Now we've got access to these devices. Perfect. Okay, cool. Cool. So as we farm the fog, as we get more stuff, it'll get put out here. We'll burn off the stuff we don't want. We'll keep the stuff we do want. Look at that, we got 400 silicon right there we can use for something else at some point. Very cool. What do we use to make solar panels out of interest? Could I make solar panels out of all these fog components? Copper, silicon, circuits, yes, is the answer. Okay, hold on. Put the circuits back on. Let's take this off. I don't really care about it. Definitely get titanium. Hell yeah. That's new. Titanium's just been... That was definitely not there before. Did this thing just hit level 5? It did. It did just hit level 5. Okay, you are going to filter for titanium. That is definitely something we want to be getting. Oh, but I can't receive titanium because I haven't unlocked how to make it. I understand now. Okay, get the titanium. Get the titanium. Oh, we got titanium. Oh my god, that's so huge. It's so huge, guys. You don't even understand how huge that is. Alright, I can't filter for it because I don't know what it is yet, allegedly. But we can fix that. Give me a second here. Yeah, because I see the titanium has gone the wrong way. And let's just forget about making the copper into this stuff. We're just going to store it up. Oh, and I got drones delivered here. Nice. Look at that. You can be titanium. Thank you. That was very quick. And provide. And suddenly a little bit of copper is turning into titanium. Oh man, that's amazing. That's actually amazing. Alright, but let's try this. Let's set up a little bit of a factory over here. I want to use this to make the drone parts, right? I'm interested to see if this is how this works. So drones, which are used to move resources around the towers, which we now have access to. That's amazing. I might make those this episode. I'm not going to use them. That logistics drones are made with thrusters, thrusters, processors, and iron. So it's a 3 in, 1 out. Give me the old 3 in. So we'll put that over here. Okay, so iron plates, processors, thrusters. Let's try this. So we're gonna do a logistics box. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3 logistics box. And we'll move them up a little bit so that they're symmetrical. Okay, like that. Then on top of the logistics box, we place our drone hubs. I have insufficient bots, allegedly. I think I might be too far away. So let's move it over here and see if this works better here. We're going to use all the technologies we've got access to here. And I suppose if you just... Hold on, if we don't use the big one... Wait a minute. We don't use the big one if we just use the splitters, because that way you can just run it straight out of the splitter into what you're trying to do. Oh man, he's beginning to see. Okay, so we're going to build our silly little hats. This is a lot more work than I think it's worth, but you know what? We're going to do our best here. Okay, so you... Thrusters. Request. Drones. You will get iron. Request. Drones. You will get processors. Request. Drones. Alright, excellent. Hold on, I've got an even more stupid idea. What if instead, like this makes a lot of... Okay, hold on, I'm beginning to see. If you set these up as bespoke recipes ahead of time, like you do, like you go into a sandbox game, you make these once off, and then you just come back and you paste them down, this would be an incredible time saver. Like, to be able to modularize your builds this early, I get it now. Alright, cool, so that worked. That worked. So actually what I want to do is I want to set up like, what does the default splitter setup look like for me? You know what I mean? So I reckon I'm probably going to use this guy more often than not. I reckon I'm going to use that guy more often than not. I reckon I'm going to use this guy. There we go. I reckon he's going to take this. I reckon he's going to be requesting. I think that's my default box. Save that blueprint. Okay, cool. So now the other end of the puzzle here. We've got to make the thrusters, put them in a box, and we've got to get our processors and iron plates distributed. Well, the first one's pretty easy to do. Turns out I've got some iron plates distributing right over here. Okay, let's stack these a couple tall. And we're gonna do the same thing again. So now we should see them take the processors chips, and they're gonna take it down there to these guys. Yes, it's working. Okay. Cool, man. That works. Nice. Okay, so then we just need a quick and dirty engine build, thruster build, which is just steel and what's the stuff called? Copper. So that's going to be pretty quick and easy to do. I do need to set up a proper steel build at some point near this as well, because the steel from the belts is not adequate here, unfortunately. Well, I need to find some iron to make steel into. Oh, I found some iron. Okay, so we made the steel over there. Let's try and request it over here now. Am I still understanding correctly how this works? Okay, yes, we got that coming in. So then I can use a couple of these to really pump it out real quick. And so I guess we see it work now. Oh, and we are really pushing the power grid into the red line. We are risking a brownout if I don't sort out some more power shortly. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But hold on, I gotta see this. We can go and burn some of our oil products, of course, if we need to. Alright, cool. So you're going to request the steel, which will then be placed into here, once it goes through there, and then shared back again. Alright, nice. Okay, so that's how you'd have to do this. You'd have to have a requester behind and a provider in front. But then wouldn't this just constantly provide to this one? I think it would, right? Yeah. So I guess we take off this. Okay, so let's get the 2-in-1 out basic. This is the this is for the thrusters, which I'll build right next to it. And then we don't have to use the drones. We can just run it through. Well, you know what? Why not? Let's just use the drones. Why not? We want you distributing thrusters. You're gonna be giving this one away. And then I guess just to provide it with some sanity back into this world, I will run the belt here as well. All right, and you're going to make me thrusters. And thrusters, I still think the belts are more consistent, and they definitely take way less power in that they are free. And you would be bringing in steel, and you would be bringing in copper. Okay. Hell yeah? Question mark? I think we did something here, but I don't know. Alright, and then I guess the final piece of the puzzle here, the coup de grace, is to put down a splitter. Bang. And put a hat on him. Alright, so that's that. So they seem to go to the closest one first, if I am understanding this correctly. Which, let's be real, I'm probably not. Okay, so what we do is we do this. Forget you. We don't want you storing that much steel. You store like that much. And then we just do this again, I suppose. Copy you over. But that's the problem, is just puts it back in here. It's not really a perfect system, is it? Are any of them gonna go to the other one? Some of them are. Okay. So it is it's a little bit stupid, but it is kind of working. Yeah, look, this is the thing, is they get a bit confused. I wish I could set a priority system. That would be nice. But this is a lot funnier. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I think what we do is we send it out there, and we bring it in with a belt. Old-fashioned style. And I mean, we don't need that many of these. I really don't want to use up all my silicon right now, so we're just gonna do it like that. Oh, and we got way too many of these. Okay, hold on. That's mi scusi. We definitely do not need that much crystal silicon. My bad. Okay, cool. Now the steel comes in. It goes down the line. It's going to get consumed by the various machines. That's perfect. That's literally what it's for. And we are fine? Question mark? Okay, cool. There we go. Thrusters are now moving forward. And we are dropping them off into the machines. And look at that. We've made our first set of drones. Amazing. There we go. I think these stack to 200. We'll see when they finish crafting. But that is a pretty fantastic boost. Alright, so we managed to scale up pretty dramatically. I will be seeing all of you in the next one. That is all we have time for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been an absolute journey. We have done so much this time. We got started with the expansion of the mall, I guess. We got the new stuff set up. We got oil refining pretty much done. What we need to now do is refined oil refining, so we can get plastics and graphene. That'll be a next episode kind of problem. That's something I only do once I've got towers, because it is hell. I think we might have to do it to get towers now, which would be pretty cool actually, because otherwise I just sort of tend to skip past it, because I think we need graphene. No, we need the purple boys. We need the purple boys, the magnetic containment what's, which are these ones over somewhere. Here. There we go, the magnetic particle traps. I'll get them researching so long. Those require graphene. And for that, we require oil refining. Okay, cool. So we'll get all that done in the next one. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been an absolute blast. I've been largely unemployed, and I will see you all next time. Cheers. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?